Hi everybody, for those of you new to the channel, I'm Teresa Perrin and I want to discuss GNS with you because today we had an amazing breakout. Congrats to you if you caught this in my daily morning watch list video and got in on it before it really started to move. What a banger it ended up being, guys. Seriously, up like 300% on the day and then like another 100% or more in the after hours. It's just been phenomenal. I think we closed out at 8 o'clock at $2.84 roughly, give or take. I might have seen it a minute before or a minute after. Well, it would have been before if it's different. But anyways, big news, guys, that not only affects GNS, but this could potentially be seriously just life-altering for the stock market as we know it. Guys, I'm sorry, but the reality of the situation is that the stock market is rigged. They are cheaters, and allegedly they love to naked short and drive a company down to bankruptcy. Now, if you follow Wall Street long enough and you follow the stock market, then you can start to see exactly what it is that they're doing. They have one goal and only one goal in mind. If you notice with IPOs, a lot of the time, they will drive the price up and then they will tank the price, like tank it to shorted to oblivion. Ultimately, their goal, guys, is to bankrupt the company. No matter what stock you're looking at, when you're seeing this happening, they have a goal to bankrupt it. And why is that? Because if they bankrupt it, then not only do they not have to pay their shorts back, none of the alleged naked shorting that they're doing and, synthetic shares that they're creating ever has to get paid back or accounted for. Nobody ever knows, none the wiser. They're profiting probably billions of dollars off of just one stock that they have done this to. Guys, it is extremely profitable for them. And if they are able to bankrupt the company, then not only do they not have to account for any of their, illicit activities, but they don't have to pay taxes on that money either. Gosh, could you ask for a better scam? Well, I pray to God that what GNS is doing exposes all of this because it needs to be stopped. Because Wall Street is not a quote unquote free and fair marketplace at all. It is a corrupt marketplace, and if you are on the wrong side of a trade, you will get burnt. And I'm sure many of you over the last couple of years, if you have an investment account, have lost hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands, or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Guys, make no mistake about it. You don't even have to be trading for this to happen. If you're not in the stock that they consider the right stock that's going up, then you will be burned and burned badly. And I think most of America that has an investing account can account for this over the last year. Some too, if they're in smaller caps. And it's unacceptable, it's inexcusable, and it is wrong. People work hard in their lives to bring their stock to the stock market and to be a publicly traded company. That's a huge accomplishment that not a lot of businesses get to say that they've done, right? Yet for companies to do this and them to take away their dream by literally cheating and destroying their company, that is wrong and it needs to be punished, and the punishment needs to be enforced. Enough is enough. It's not fair to the company, to the employees that work there that end up losing their jobs, and it's not fair to retail traders that invest in this or pension funds that are putting people's savings into this, preparing them to have a future so they can retire one day. Guys, enough's enough, and I really feel that Roger James Hamilton, the CEO of GNS, is going to fight this battle, and he has exposed it like no other has. Adder tried to expose it, and they were hushed immediately, and they haven't been able to say another word about it ever since. And guess what? All they've done is short the price down further and further and further. Well, guys, it's time we fight back. I encourage you to tweet, send a letter, send an email to any company that you are involved in the stock market in, that you feel this is happening to, and enlighten them. tell them to check out GNS. Tell them to hire West Christian. Tell them to, get the FBI involved. We need more of this. Hire these retired FBI agents that will help them fight this battle, that know what to look for. All right, guys, let's talk about GNS and what's going on that caused this massive eruption today. And make no mistake about it, I think we're just beginning. All right, guys, so GNS has started a illegal trading task force to investigate market manipulation and naked short selling. And the task force is going to be led by Director and former FBI Deputy Director Timothy Murphy, by the CEO Roger Hamilton, and by the Director Richard Berman. And they're also going to hold an extraordinary general meeting in the upcoming weeks for shareholders, so that we can vote on several measures such as a reverse stock split and or a stock buyback plan. Genius board members have also authorized 3 proposals for which will be voted on by shareholders at this meeting. Guys, this is exciting because GNS has hired 2 law firms to explore the illegal actions that people shorting this company have taken and other actions they may have partaken in to manipulate the price of GNS stock. They also are planning to issue a special dividend, and the management stated that the dividend could help with exposing anyone involved with market manipulation. Now, what I read somewhere, and I don't know if this is fact or if this is just somebody making it up, but I heard they're going to be issuing a dividend that's going to come with a check with serial numbers. So if you do not get the check with the serial number attached to it that's claiming your shares, then you know that your shares were nakedly shorted. Guys, this could be a huge problem for these hedge funds that have done this and have sold shares illegally, naked synthetic shares that really don't exist in the share count. And let me tell you something. The free float is 10.49 million shares. Do you know how many shares were traded today? Well, let me see. After market close, when I checked, it was about 255 million. Judging by the price that occurred after hours, we may have even gotten to 300 million or above. So, at least 25 times the entire free float was traded. Come on now. Whether you believe that naked shorting and synthetic shares exist or not, if you don't, I'm sorry, but you need to open your eyes a little bit more. No offense, but seriously, there are some major issues here. And the fact that a company trades 25 times its entire free float, when let me tell you, the majority of people today were buying and not selling. What on earth would they be selling for at this time when they only know how sweet this is going to get? Do you not remember AMC and GME? Well, I have a feeling that this is going to be like 10 times as good, guys. So I'm excited about it, and I think you should be too, because I think there's a lot to come. Let's take a look at what James Hamilton says. Hold on. I thought I did this so that it does the actions one at a time, but I think something got cut off. Action 3. Action 4, action 1. All right, guys, something here happened that I don't know what. Here's action 1. All right, so Roger Hamilton says action 1 is to set up an illegal trading task force led by Timothy Murphy. The company has already been in communication with government regulatory authorities and is sharing information with these authorities to assist them. Well, guys, that would likely be the SEC and maybe FINRA, but I'm not sure. Definitely the SEC, maybe also the FBI, because this is criminal. And this is not just happening to GNS. 100%, I can guarantee you of that. All right, action number 2. Advancing to next stage of the legal process with West Christian, Warshaw Bernstein, LLP, and Christian Levine Law Group, and taking legal action against anyone believed to be involved in any type of market manipulation relating to the company's shares. Now, I would encourage every company's CEO that has naked shorting going on to take a look at Roger James Hamilton and what he's doing and get in touch with him and join this fight. There is strength in numbers, and if a bunch of CEOs start fighting against this, guys, we could see some major changes done. And seriously, kudos to you, Roger. This takes a lot of bravery because you know what they are doing to other CEOs that have gone and stood this fight. This is amazing, and I couldn't be prouder of the work that you're doing for all. So, action number 3. Sorry, I tried to cut this out, guys, so I apologize it's here. But anyways, issuing a special dividend to all shareholders to expose naked short sellers. Details on the special dividend coming soon. Well, you heard me just say what that was, or potentially is. I don't know for sure whether that was somebody making it up or whether they knew and something else has gone out that I haven't seen yet. Action 4, explore dual listing options. In the future, market manipulation by illegal naked short selling becomes more difficult as they will also be fighting arbitrage traders. So what that means is if you have a dual listing, it means you're listed on 2 stock exchanges. So there's people that try to trade off of both for pennies, essentially like scalping to get the difference in price, because let's say you're trading on, let's say, the Singapore Stock Exchange versus, the New York Stock Exchange. Well, technically, the price should be pretty close, if not the same, for the same stock, right? But maybe there's a few cents different by having a dual listing. Then they're saying they're fighting because there's people that actually will trade on both exchanges to try to take advantage of that change in price. Because if one sees it overnight, like let's say with Alibaba, if you follow that on the New York, the Hang Seng, or however you say it, Chinese Stock Exchange, then you know pretty much in the morning what's going to happen, right? Has the price gone up or down? So you get an idea of roughly what it's going to do when on our market trading day. Well, that being said, guys, if he does that, that gives an opportunity because then they have to fight more. All right, action 5, call for an EGM to vote on the special dividend and increase board toolbox to fight back in real time, including share buyback, reverse splits, potential company spin-offs, and adding shareholder benefits. Guys, bottom line, he has an action plan with so many different tools in his belt, and I don't think he's afraid to use it. Honestly, I would hate to be a short in the stock right now, and I would hate to be the market maker or a hedge fund that's behind this manipulation that's been occurring, because he's going to be out to get them. And I believe that we are going to bank off of this opportunity, as will he. And this is one heck of a CEO, in my opinion. And just so you all know, this is not like a crappy company. They actually, go look them up and go do some DD. They are a great company that has a future. So I understand why the CEO is pissed, as many CEOs should be. Now check this out. This is my proof. The volume today, at the time I took this picture, which was probably around 6 o'clock, maybe even earlier, was 252.55 million. And the float is only 10.49 million, guys. You do the math. And I assure you it went up much higher because the price at this time was $2.09. And we ended the day at $2.84. And guess what? They couldn't manipulate in the after hours because there's no halts. All right, short-term technical analysis, boy, it was looking bad until today, wasn't it? Because look at this. They had a strong bearish signal going into today, and boom, did that get destroyed. All the way up from 40 or 50 cents, guys, to not even 224, up to literally 284. Unbelievable. Just an amazing, tremendous day for them. Congratulations. Now, institutions only own 0.49%. Guys, why do you think that is? Because all of these institutions collaborate, work together, allegedly, supposedly. No one wants to get sued, but in my eyes, they know when something's going on, whether it's a said, this is happening, or whether they can just see it in the charts, because after a while, I think you begin to see the big picture. And this is happening in a lot of stocks, especially these smaller caps, but it happens in Tesla, guys. So it's just across the board. But notice that the institutions own very little of this company. Well, that's because they know better. They know what they're doing to it, and they know they're trying to bankrupt it. So take a look at your other companies you're involved in that you suspect this with. Do you see small institutional ownership? Do you see large insider buying? Because the company, the CEO believes in his company. Clearly, their insiders own 51.19% of this company. Well, guys, that being said, with the CEO owning that much and this happening, don't you think that they're asking themselves, I'm doing everything right. My numbers are coming up. I'm making sales. I'm beating earnings. I'm doing all the right things. I'm buying shares. Why is it that my price keeps diving? Because, guys, it doesn't matter what they did. It wouldn't matter if they were literally pooping gold. I mean, I'm not being nasty. I'm just being serious. It wouldn't matter what this company was doing. Their goal is one thing, and that's to ensure that they bankrupt it. And, it's sad. It's disgusting. But anyways, the others, which would be like you and I, own 48.32%. So there's a common trend here. I want you to take a look at the other stocks you're involved in and see if you see the same thing. If so, you might want to reach out to those companies. Now, here's something I find interesting. When I go to Fintel to find information, guess what? I can't get any. That's right. Nothing comes up. Now, I find that very odd because I've only seen that with two other companies that I believe are in a similar situation. And that would be Rent, R-E-N-T, like as in Rent the Runway, and BKT, which is B-K-K-T. Can't get anything on Fintel to see short interest or anything else. Why is that? I wonder. All right, but you are able to see it on Ortex. Oh, sorry. That was a different slide. This is what we have here, actually. Let me see if I can blow it up for you, just this. All right, so the short interest, as you can see, is showing that it's only 2.05%, guys. Do you really think that this has a short interest of 2.05 based on today's action? Absolutely not. Know what other company is showing a really low short interest like this that is having the same exact thing and has huge institutional buying? That would be Hellbiz, as in HLBZ. Check it out because I firmly believe that's the next one we're going to see skyrocket. And I sent that CEO a message and he responded. And guess what? He's taking a look at it. I gave him the information and who to contact. So let's hope that they get some bullish news, and I love his response. That means he's aware of the situation and he's working on it, guys. Now, look at this today. It shows no shares returned. This was as of this morning. 118,000 shares borrowed and 118,000 returned. Really? Do you really think that happened and they shorted it that much? No. And the cost to borrow, guys, is insane. 268%. Now, I believe that this was taken this morning from where I got it from. But I'm trying to see if there's a time on here. All right. At any rate, maybe it's on this one. I just want to show you something else. It's showing that there's only 437,000 shares on loan, right? And that the utilization is only 29.22%. Really? Do you really think that the utilization is only 29%, guys, when it traded over 25 times the float today? Absolutely, positively not. At any rate, I just wanted to bring that to your attention so that you are aware of it. And guys, this is the tweet that I saw earlier that says, don't sell, you'll be sorry. CEO is putting out a special cash dividend with serial numbers like a coupon or check to authorize authentic shareholders. Those that don't get a check get paid by short sellers and get exposed. Well, guys, again, this is just a tweet I saw. Whether or not it's factual or whether it's just somebody guessing what they're going to do, it's still great news. He did say that he is going to be paying out a dividend, and I do believe that he's not done fighting. And I believe that we are going to see this stock absolutely rip, and this could be our next MOAS. And I'm not joking when I say that. I think there's a lot for them to lose, and I think that they have to let it run in hopes that he goes away. But I don't think he's going anywhere because I don't think he wants to see this continue. And I think he's pissed off, as he should be. Anyways, guys, that's what I got for you today. So looking forward to see what GNS brings us tomorrow and what other stocks start to follow the pattern. I did notice Grom starting to run at the same time. I would look at those heavily shorted names, especially ones that don't have the options. Maybe like Pix, Kid Pix, PIX, I think is PIK, excuse me. PIK, I think is the symbol. DATS. There's several, guys. Just think about things. I know a good one. Tempest Therapeutics, TPST. That's one that ran like 2 years ago and a lot of people got trapped in and they've shorted it down to nothing. PETZ, PETZ. I guarantee you, same patterns, no option chain. There's something to it. So anyways, that's what I got for you today. Have a great night. Thank you so much for watching. Oh, and if you could smash that like button for me because it helps with the algorithm and keeps others informed. Thank you.